I think about where to put my fingers and hope I get it right. There's not a whole lot. No, actually, playing the lute is really interesting because it's such a different feel from the guitar. You really have to totally readjust the way you approach the instrument. If you pick this thing up, you'll realize. I was joking earlier with one of your students that if I filled this up with helium, it would just float away because it's a very, very light instrument. So when you're used to playing on a guitar, especially on a steel string guitar, it demands a hard touch and you got to really play hard. If you do that on here, it just sounds terrible. So you have to play very light in order for the instrument to actually open up and project. Um, now the fact is, I don't play the lute all that often. I play it somewhat as a thing that I learned how to do, and I enjoy telling people about it and playing some pieces on it. But I play my guitar actually a lot more often. Well, I've actually been teaching some classes on music appreciation classes on the history of the lute and the guitar. So I play it sometimes for those classes. I play it for my own enjoyment a lot of times, and I've done a little bit of recording with it as well. I've actually got an album of classical guitar music, and I have some lute pieces on there. I should put a few pieces of the lute actually played on the lute. So, irregularly. During the day and a lot of times in the evening. My schedule is that I teach here a few nights a week, and I teach some other classes for the community college district. But other than that, it's not like I have a different other 9-to-5 straight job. I mean, this is what I do. So I find time during the week and during the days and during the weekend to practice. And if I haven't gotten to practice one week, I have to practice because I have a regular steady gig every Saturday night. I go play classical guitar music for dinner for about an hour and 20 minutes. So I have to practice once a week, whether I like it or not. But the fact is, I actually enjoy practicing. Okay. Well, actually, it's taken, let's say I've been playing all my life. I started playing when I was 11 years old. And then when I went to school, I went to college for music, and I studied classical guitar, actually. So I have a Bachelor of Music degree. I have a Master of Music degree in classical guitar. I would say by the time I got my master's degree, I was pretty good. And so, and I've been playing ever since. So I've been playing, this dates me, but that's okay. I've been playing more than 50 years. That's true. And I cut my first record in 1969 when I was a senior in high school. So, yeah. Well, lute is interesting because you're not playing contemporary lute music, right? The music that you're playing is from the 1700s, 1500s. And the music of that period is unique in its stylistic characteristics. It's music of the Renaissance or sometimes music of the Baroque. This is a Renaissance lute. This one's set up for 10 courses. They're double strings. You play two strings as one. So, and the music for this is composers like the piece that I played for you is by John Dowland. He was the rock star of the Elizabethan period. In fact, one of Sting's album, the rock star Sting, well, Sting did an entire album of John Dowland's music. It's called Songs from the Labyrinth, and he plays the lute, and he works with another lutenist from Europe who plays the lute as well, and does, in fact, a number of lute songs. When I heard that album, which came out, I think, in the early part of the 2000s, it was kind of an interesting deja vu because I had played and sang some of those same lute songs and so forth on graduate recitals when I was a student. So it's like, yeah, it took him a while to catch up, but I was there a long time ago. It's an interesting instrument because the frets on the guitar, as you know, are just made out of metal and they're inlaid in the wood. These are made out of gut, and they're tied on, and they're movable. If I move this fret, I've just made it out of tune. So that's an interesting aspect of the lute, is these frets are all made out of gut and tied on. These are little strips of woods that are attached to the top. And unlike a guitar, you don't have a fingerboard above. It's the face of the instrument is the same level as the fingerboard, or the plane of the fingerboard. So, and it's just a very light instrument. It's also rather difficult, as you can see, to hold, especially if you have a few pounds on you. So the strap helps, in fact, as it turns out. So, but it's a lovely instrument. I've always enjoyed playing it, and that, along with the guitar and other stringed instruments, is kind of what I've spent a lot of time learning how to do. So it's my joy and my profession, actually.